In this video, we're covering 10 hidden Apple TV Plus series you need to watch in 2026. This is part 3 of our series exploring the best content on Apple TV Plus. If you missed the earlier parts, be sure to check them later. Today we're focusing on hidden gems, shows with amazing storytelling, performances, and unique ideas. From sci-fi and emotional dramas to dark thrillers and documentaries, there's something here for everyone.
What good and bad can be in the eye of the beholder.
At number 10, we have Sugar. This noir-style mystery drama, created by Mark Protasevich and starring Colin Farrell as John Sugar, follows a private investigator who is deeply obsessed with classic cinema and carries a mysterious past. The story begins with a seemingly simple case, finding the missing granddaughter of a powerful Hollywood producer. But as Sugar dives deeper into the investigation, the narrative takes a bold and unexpected turn into sci-fi territory, revealing that Sugar is actually an interstellar observer sent to study humanity. Each episode reveals new layers, not just about the case, but about his true nature. Visually, it captures the essence of old-school noir while blending it with a mind-bending, existential twist that subverts every expectation of a standard detective story.
No one would miss for a while, if ever.
Rich guy loses his big job, has liquidity problems, turns to petty crime. That's not savvy, that's stupidity.
Maybe it's just desperation.
That's the first honest thing you've said.
At number 9, we have Your Friends and Neighbors. Created by Jonathan Tropper and starring John Hamm as Andrew Coop Cooper, this series takes a dark and fascinating look at suburban life. Coop is a disgraced hedge fund manager who is struggling to maintain his wealthy lifestyle after losing everything. In desperation, he starts breaking into his neighbors' homes, initially just to steal valuables. But what he finds inside is far more dangerous: secrets, lies, and hidden lives that are far darker than his own situation. The story gradually turns into a tense, psychological thriller where every house hides a new mystery. What makes this show compelling is how it blends character study with suspense. Coop isn't just a criminal. He's a man trying to survive in a world where appearances matter more than truth. The tension keeps building as his actions pull him deeper into a web of manipulation and danger.
Can I ask a question?
Certainly. What would you like to know?
How do I reverse all this?
Rest assured, Carol, we will figure out what makes you different.
Figure it out. Why?
So you can join us.
What the
At number 8, we have Pluribus. Created by Vince Gilligan and starring Rhea Seehorn as Carol Sturka. This is one of the most unique sci-fi concepts in recent years. The story is set in a world where an alien force has transformed most of humanity into a peaceful collective known as the Others. These people are no longer violent, no longer divided. They exist in complete harmony. However, a small group of individuals, including Carol, are immune to this transformation. While the others seem harmless, their goal is to eventually assimilate everyone. The tension of the show comes from this philosophical conflict. Is losing individuality a bad thing if it creates a perfect world? Carol's journey is deeply emotional as she struggles to hold onto her identity in a world that is slowly erasing it. It's a slow burn series, but incredibly thought-provoking and immersive.
Hey!
It's 3 in the morning.
I'm sorry.
What's in that bowl?
Pretzels.
The other bowl.
Maybe some painkillers.
Maybe?
There's painkillers in there, yeah.
I have to ask, is this you forever?
I don't know.
At number 7, we have Shrinking. Created by Bill Lawrence, Jason Segel, and Brett Goldstein, and starring Jason Segel as Jimmy Laird alongside Harrison Ford as Paul Rhodes. This series perfectly balances comedy and emotional depth. Jimmy is a therapist dealing with the loss of his wife, and instead of following professional boundaries, he starts telling his patients exactly what he thinks. This unconventional approach leads to unexpected consequences, both good and bad. The story isn't just about therapy, it's about grief, healing, and human connection. Harrison Ford's character adds another emotional layer as he deals with his own personal struggles. What makes this show special is how real it feels. It doesn't try to be overly dramatic. Instead, it finds humor and warmth in everyday pain, making it one of the most relatable and comforting shows on the platform.
What the three of you had, I don't even know what to call it, but it wasn't a friendship.
Tell us anything that you remember from last night.
Part of me thinks we will get through anything, right? Then the louder part of me is like, might as well burn it to the ground. We didn't know everything there was to know about her.
At number 6, we have Imperfect Women. Based on the novel by Araminta Hall and adapted by Annie Weissman, this psychological drama stars Elizabeth Moss, Kerry Washington, and Kate Mara. The story revolves around 3 lifelong friends whose bond is shattered when one of them, Nancy, played by Mara, is murdered. As the investigation unfolds, the narrative dives into their past, revealing hidden tensions, betrayals, and secrets that were buried for years. Each episode shifts perspectives between the three women, slowly uncovering the truth behind their relationships. What makes this series gripping is its focus on human complexity. No character is completely innocent. The performances are intense and emotionally charged, making it a deep exploration of friendship, trust, and the consequences of long-held secrets.
This program has the power to change the world.
I need to remind them of Apollo 11. We came in peace for all mankind.
Ready to fire.
At number 5, we have For All Mankind, created by Ronald D. Moore, Matt Walpert, and Ben Netevai, and starring Joel Kinnaman as Ed Baldwin. This epic alternate history series imagines a world where the Soviet Union landed on the moon first. This single change creates a completely different timeline where the space race never ends. The story spans decades, following astronauts, engineers, and their families as they push the boundaries of space exploration. But beyond the science and technology, the show focuses on human ambition, sacrifice, and the emotional toll of chasing greatness. It blends large-scale storytelling with intimate personal moments, making it both thrilling and deeply emotional. The world building is incredibly detailed, and the stakes keep getting higher with each season.
All of them were just so devoted.
This can't be real. It has to be a nightmare.
At number 4, we have Twisted Yoga, produced by Lightbox and directed by Rowan Deacon. This docuseries explores the dark side of a global yoga and spiritual movement. Through real testimonies, especially from survivors like Ashley Freckleton, the show reveals how a search for peace and enlightenment turned into manipulation and control under the controversial leader of the Ottoman Federation, Gregorian Baivalara. The storytelling is chilling because it doesn't rely on exaggeration. The real-life accounts of the Misa movement are powerful enough. It carefully shows how people were drawn into the movement and how slowly things began to change. What makes it impactful is its focus on psychology, how trust is built, and how it can be abused. At number 3, we have The Hunt, created by Cedric Anger. This intense French thriller follows a group of friends who go hunting in a remote forest. What starts as a normal trip quickly turns into a nightmare when they accidentally kill a man in self-defense and decide to cover it up. They soon realize they are being hunted in return by a group seeking brutal revenge. The story becomes a tense survival game where trust breaks down and past secrets begin to surface. The forest setting adds to the isolation and danger as the characters' true natures come out under pressure. It's a fast-paced, gripping exploration of human instincts that doesn't hold back.
You have 47 minutes. Stay in communication with me. Do what you have to do. And we'll be home by tomorrow afternoon.
At number 2, we have Tehran, created by Moshe Zonder, Dana Eden, and Malwar Cohn, and starring Neve Sultan as Tamar Rabinian. This espionage thriller is packed with tension from start to finish. Tamar is a Mossad agent sent on a mission in Tehran, but when things go wrong, she is forced to hide and survive in enemy territory. The story follows her as she navigates danger, forms unexpected alliances, and tries to complete her mission. At the same time, she is being hunted by Faraz Kamali, played by Sean Tubb, creating a constant cat-and-mouse dynamic. The show blends action with emotional depth, showing both sides of the conflict in a nuanced way. It's intense, smart, and incredibly engaging.
There has been an alert.
There's a traitor right at the top.
He has unfinished business.
Sometimes the only way to work out why a trap has been set is to walk into it.
At number 1, we have Slow Horses, developed by Will Smith and starring Gary Oldman as Jackson Lamb, alongside Jack Lowden as River Cartwright. This is easily one of the best hidden gems on Apple TV+. The story revolves around Slough House, a department for failed MI5 agents who have made career-ending mistakes. Despite their reputation, these agents often find themselves involved in high-stakes situations. Jackson Lamb, their unconventional leader, may seem careless and rude, but he is extremely sharp and protective of his team. The show perfectly balances dark humor with serious spy drama. The writing is smart, the characters are deeply developed, and the performances, especially from Gary Oldman, are outstanding. It's the kind of series that keeps getting better with every episode. That wraps up part 3 of our Apple TV Plus Hidden Gem series. If you haven't watched parts 1 and 2 yet, make sure to check them out because we've covered even more amazing shows there. Happy binge watching.